There are stories people carry quietly for years. Not because they don't want healing, but because they are waiting for the right place, the right person, the right moment to feel safe enough to speak. This is one of those stories. It is not about attacking faith, and it is not driven by bitterness. It is about trust, and what happens when trust is broken in a place where it should have been protected the most. A young seminarian once made a difficult decision. For the first time in his life, he chose to speak openly about painful memories from his childhood. These were dark experiences, things no child should go through. Over time, he had worked through them and learned to live well. They no longer defined him, but the memories still existed. He believed that speaking about them in a safe spiritual space would finally bring full healing and closure. He chose carefully who to talk to. He did not go to an administrator. He did not go to a committee. He went to a priest who was not only a formator, but also his spiritual director. Someone he believed stood for guidance, discretion, and care. Someone he trusted deeply. For the first time ever, he spoke. He opened up completely. These were things he had never shared with his parents, siblings, or friends. The priest listened attentively. He reassured him. He told him that what he needed was guidance and support, and that a personal counseling session would be arranged to help him deal with what remained. The seminarian left that conversation feeling lighter. He believed he had finally found a safe place. 2 weeks later, everything changed. He was summoned to the office of the rector. The atmosphere was formal and cold. There was no talk of healing, no follow-up conversation, no counseling session. Instead, he was told plainly that because of what he had shared about his past, he could no longer continue formation. Just like that, his journey ended. In that moment, confusion set in. How did private words, spoken in trust, become grounds for dismissal? How did something shared for healing turn into a reason for rejection? Who carried information out of a confidential space and placed it before authority? And who decided that vulnerability was a weakness deserving punishment? He had understood that different offices existed within the seminary. That was precisely why he chose the spiritual director, believing that this space was separate, protected, and meant for inner growth, not external judgment. That trust was shattered. What hurt even more was that the promised guidance never came. The counseling session never happened. Instead of healing, a new wound was added. Instead of care, there was silence. Years of sacrifice, discipline, and preparation ended in a single moment, without compassion or explanation. This raises uncomfortable questions. If honesty leads to expulsion, how can anyone be expected to speak freely? If opening up becomes dangerous, what incentive is there to be truthful? When people learn that silence is safer than sincerity, they stop healing and start pretending. And when fear replaces trust, formation loses its meaning. This is not about human imperfection. Mistakes happen, yes, but some actions are avoidable. When someone occupies both a role of authority and a role of intimate spiritual guidance, boundaries must be clear. When those boundaries are crossed, the damage can last for years. When a sacred space becomes a place where personal stories are extracted and later used against the one who shared them, then that space stops being safe. It becomes a trap disguised as care. And when trust is broken at that level, it doesn't just affect one person. It affects everyone watching quietly, learning what happens when you speak too honestly. To those who left willingly, and to those who were asked to leave suddenly for reasons that still feel unfair, to those struggling to rebuild their lives after the shock and confusion, know this. You are not alone. Your life did not end there. What was lost can be rebuilt. What was broken can still heal. But systems must be examined. Trust must be protected. Accountability must matter. Because healing should never come with the cost of fear, and honesty should never be something people are punished for.